What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name's Austin. This is the Sports Stage. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't figured it out by now, based on the title, we do sports betting on this channel. We do some fantasy football stuff as well, and just football talk in general. Football's been my life, so I'm here to share it with you guys. I'm 33 years old, and since the time I was 6 years old, I've been fully invested into the sport, whether it's as a player, as a coach, as a sports bettor, as an enthusiast, whatever it may be. I'm a film junkie. Just a little bit about me. We're doing some college football picks on this show right here, this video. We're doing 2 games, 4 picks, and we're doing these on Dabble. Before I get into the picks, I do want to share with you guys a little bit of advice that I have going into the football season. If you haven't noticed, watching sports betting videos on social media, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, what else is there? Threads. These apps, whether it's a sportsbook app, a daily fantasy player app, fantasy football, whatever it may be, they're trying to get you guys into the apps with deals for first-time users. They're trying to basically sweeten the pot so that you guys get on these apps and use their platform. Well, if you're like me, you don't like to be sold shit. You don't like someone to say, you get this, this, and this, and I'll give you this. You like to just find something on your own and say, I really want to use this product, and then you go do it for yourself. That's how I am. Like when I buy a car, I go and I order whatever car I want, and then I go in there and pick it up the day that it shows up, and I buy it at MSRP because I know there's 10 people behind me wanting the same freaking car. I'm not going to wheel and deal too much. I just know what I want, and I buy it. So if you're like me, you're probably looking at all these promos and stuff, and you're like, screw that. If I want the app, I'll get the app. Well, one thing I learned as a sports bettor is you got to take advantage of these promo deals. They're actually pretty freaking good. Like, I saw DraftKings was offering something crazy last week. I don't remember exactly what it was. Underdog is offering like $1,000 deposit match or something like that right now. If you know somebody or have heard or seen an Underdog promo code for new users, first-time users, get that code from wherever you saw it from and use it, because these apps are seriously giving sweet deals, guys. I'm going to offer you a Dabble code right now because we're doing this pick on Dabble. Code SSWIN. You get a $25 free bet. Doesn't seem like a crazy amount, but Dabble's payout system is incredible. 2 picks get you 3x, 3 picks get you 6x, so on and so forth, all the way up to 12 picks where you get 1,000x. But you got to hit all 12. That's very rare. But what I'm saying is Dabble doesn't offer as good of a promotion as some of these apps, but they do offer the best payouts in the whole industry as far as daily fantasy sports goes. So I'm doing these on Dabble. Like I said, code SSWIN. It's down here at the bottom of the screen. Get you a $25 free bet for new users there. Also, before I move on, I will let you know I can offer you 2 other codes for CHALKBOARD and Sleeper. Like I said before, if you find someone with an Underdog code, a better code, whatever it may be, get as many of these apps as you can and take the full ride. Like, take advantage of every single dollar that these apps are going to get you. Find a promo code out there somewhere. But anyways, for CHALKBOARD and Sleeper, use code WORLDWIDE. You're going to get up to a $100 deposit match on both of those apps. They're doing additional bonuses on those 2 apps. CHALKBOARD's got Christian McCaffrey at over half a yard for new users. So if you get the $100 deposit match and then you use the over half a yard on your slip and you hit that, it's like taking candy from a baby. Same thing with Sleeper. They got Joe Burrow over half a passing yard. Those first-time user bonuses are incredible. They do Sleeper Sundays on Sleeper, and they do Wild Card Wednesdays, special days of the week. Guys, I don't want to ramble too much about the apps, but I just wanted to let you guys know how I feel and a little bit of advice in the sports betting world where it's good to actually take advantage of everything these apps are going to get you guys. BetUS, I forgot to mention that one. They're doing a freaking crazy deal right now for us first-time users. Sorry, stumbled over my words there. New users are getting 125% deposit match on BetUS for your first 3 deposits. I've never seen one as good as that. I forgot to mention that. I apologize. 125% deposit match, first 3 deposits, up to $2,000. So if you deposit $2,000, they'll give you a deposit match of 125% of that, which would be, what is that, $2,500? If I'm doing my math right. So you get $4,500 in your bankroll there on BetUS in the first deposit. If you do that 3 times, obviously do the math from there. But I'll leave a link in the description down below for BetUS so that you can get that 125% deposit match. That's all I got for that crap, guys. I just wanted to let you know my 2 cents on that. Let's get right into the picks. First, we're going with Quinn Ewers. Like I said, we're going 2 games, 4 picks. This first game is going to be the top game of the week. This is where College Game Day's at this week. Michigan versus Texas at the Big House. You got playoff team in Texas. You got Michigan, the defending national champs. Yes, they lost their head coach. They lost their quarterback. They lost their best receiver. They lost their best running back. They lost a lot. They lost their left guard. A ton of their dudes graduated or left early, went to the NFL. I get that. They're still a good football team. Ranked 7 right now, I believe, if I remember right. Texas just moved up to number 3 because Oregon struggled in their opener, which I believe it was at home. And they bumped down to, I don't remember where they dropped to, maybe 8. But anyways, we got number 3 Texas, and I believe it's number 7 Michigan. Sorry, it's number 10 Michigan. It's right here at the top of the screen. Number 10 Michigan. Huge game. Huge playoff implications. Big-time conference championship implications. So this game is on everybody's radar. It's at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, noon Eastern Time. Figure out your time zone from there. Quinn Ewers' line right now for passing yards is at 241.5 passing yards. Last week, you see he got 260. Yes, it was against CSU, so that's not super impressive. But if you kind of factor that in with the fact that he didn't play the full game, he barely played at all in the third quarter, if anything, and he didn't play at all in the fourth quarter. Arch Manning came in middle of the third quarter, kind of more towards the beginning, if I remember correctly, and then Arch Manning played the entire fourth quarter. So Ewers, although 260 yards against CSU doesn't seem that hard, it's really not. He did it in basically a half of football, and now he's going to be playing all 4 quarters. Michigan's a good team. I don't expect Texas to blow them out of the water like CSU did. I am going to take Texas on the points, -7.5. I just think they're a more well-rounded team, better coached team this year. Last year was a different story, guys. This is 2024, not 2023. So I think Ewers should play the entire game this time. Michigan's still a good team, like I said, and 241 pass yards is extremely low, extremely low. If we look at Michigan's game last week, 30-10 was the final. Michigan over Fresno State. That seems like a pretty big win, but if you watch that game, you know that Michigan really didn't play that well. But this is what I want to point out. Mickey Keene right here, 22 of 36, 235 yards. So this is Fresno State going against Michigan. Fresno State's not a horrible football team, but they are nothing compared to what Texas is, or any team in the SEC for that matter. 235 yards was their quarterback's final yards amount. Quinn Ewers, his line is set at 241. So if you're going to tell me that Mickey Keene is going to throw for only 6 yards less than Quinn Ewers, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. Take Quinn Ewers on the over. Give me that pick all day long. Then, to pair that up, we are going to actually go with Quinn Ewers' teammate, because on Dabble, they let you correlate your picks, which when I say that, I mean, guys, you could take a passing prop. You can take passing yards on a quarterback, and then you can take the receiving yards on the receiver. If you're taking the over on the quarterback, his number 1 receiver is likely going to go over his line. There are exceptions, like if there's a crazy line, like for example, say Dak Prescott to throw for 350 yards and CeeDee Lamb to go over 160 yards or something crazy, like that may happen, but that's a risky play. But our line right here is a good one. We're getting Isaiah Bond, Texas's number 1 receiver, at 52.5 yards. So if Quinn Ewers covers his line, which he's going to at 241 yards, Isaiah Bond is likely going over 52.5 yards. There's a chance that Matt Golden or Silas Bolden or Ryan Wingo or Jonte Cook, Gunnar Helm, whoever it may be on Texas, may be the one that gets a bulk of the targets and catches. But Isaiah Bond was brought in from Alabama out of the transfer portal to be the number 1 guy. Isaiah Bond is that number 1 guy. Last week, Matt Golden was the guy. He had 3 catches on 4 targets for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's how it played out. Isaiah Bond was targeted. He only had one catch, I believe, 25 yards last week. But he is the number one receiver in Texas, undoubtedly. That just played out that way last week. I don't think that's how it's going to be this week. Isaiah Bond over 52.5 yards. That's a good pick correlated with Quinn Ewers. So if Ewers goes over, Bond goes over, we win both picks. That's all I got for the Texas-Michigan game. Now, moving into another big game. Not really big as far as playoff implications or even conference championship implications, but big because there's a guy in Colorado named Deion Sanders who's pretty freaking polarizing. I don't know. You tell me, have you heard of him? Dude, I guess he played for the Cowboys and the 49ers and the Falcons one day back in the day. He was a pretty good DB, Hall of Famer or something like that. Yeah, he's coaching in Boulder, and everybody wants to see how he does. Everybody loves his kid, Shedeur Sanders, and the best player in the country plays for CU and Travis Hunter. So everybody's going to be watching that game. But we're not actually going to take, on this slip, let me rephrase this. On this slip, we're not taking CU players. I am going to be doing some CU players, not on this slip, though. Those are probably going to be some VIP picks that I put out. This is the free pick. Dylan Raiola, the freshman. A lot of people are calling him Mini Mahomes, Baby Mahomes, whatever it may be. He's taken his Mahomes persona to the extreme. I don't care. Do what you want to do, kid. Like, we all mimic somebody. Like, when I was a kid, I thought I was Paul Pierce on the basketball court at recess. I thought I was Marshall Faulk at recess. Like, let the kid do his thing. The kid's a stud. He threw for 238 yards last week. Let me go to the game log real quick. 238 yards on 27 attempts, 19 completions, threw for 2 touchdowns. This was against UTEP. His line's at 237 this week. So his line is 1 yard shy of what he did last week. CU, theoretically, on paper, they're a better team than UTEP. But I do want to show you guys what they did last week. I don't know if you guys paid much attention to the CU game against North Dakota State, but it wasn't good. CU pulled out the win, but if you guys watched that game, North Dakota State exposed their defense. And when I say exposed, I mean they exposed their defense. Shedeur Sanders balled. Luckily, they have 2 of the best players in the country. Shedeur and Travis Hunter, they're going to be top 5 picks, probably both of them in next year's draft. But Cam Miller, North Dakota State's quarterback, threw for 277 yards and 1 touchdown. So he didn't throw for a lot of touchdowns, but 277 yards. If you guys watched the game, they were gashing them on the ground with multiple different running backs up the middle. I don't remember what they averaged per carry, but it was something like 4 or 5 yards a pop, I believe, between all of their running backs. Charmar Brown here only averaged 3.7, but North Dakota State made CU's defense look like they were Swiss cheese at times. Just holes everywhere. And Cam Miller threw for 277. So you got an FCS quarterback in Cam Miller throwing for 277. Who's to say the top quarterback in the country in this freshman class, 5-star kid, highly touted recruit, everybody wanted him. He was committed to Georgia at one point, then he flipped to Nebraska because his uncle coaches there, and he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps. If you guys don't know, his dad was an all-pro legend all-pro legend for the Detroit Lions, and before that, he was a legend at Nebraska, offensive lineman. So Raiola went to his dad's alma mater. He's the best quarterback in the country as far as freshmen go. I'm not going to say he's in the entire country, but 5-star kid, 238 yards last week. Cam Miller is not Dylan Raiola, guys, and he threw for 277 against CU. 237.5 passing yards. That's our line. Take Dylan Raiola on the over. Smash that over. I think Raiola is probably going to go for over 300 yards in this game. Pretty easily, if you're asking me. And based on what I saw last week with CU's defense and the talent I've seen with Dylan Raiola, I've actually met this kid and saw him play in person in April. I got to go hang out with Matt Rule and their coaching staff. If you guys don't know, I'm a football coach myself. So I was hanging out with Matt Rule and their coaching staff. He introduced me to Dylan Raiola. We got to go on the field during practice and their spring scrimmage. And Raiola in person, the kid can freaking sling it. I'm not a Nebraska fan by any means. Don't label me as a homer because for when I'm 33, for 32 and a half years of my life, I despised Nebraska with a hate. Like, I hated Nebraska. I'm going to take Dylan Raiola on the over. So that's just my 2 cents. That's a little bit about my history. Not being a homer on this one. Raiola is legit. Then, like I said before, Dabble lets us correlate picks. So, we're going to do another correlation here. We're going to go to Raiola's receiver. Actually, a former Texas kid, and Isaiah Neyor. So Neyor went to the University of Wyoming out of high school. He was a pretty highly touted recruit. I believe he was a 3-star, but highly touted in the sense where a lot of D1 schools wanted him. He wasn't a D2 kid by any means. He's a freaking giant. I stood next to this kid back in April, and I felt like a midget. I mean, I'm not tall by any means. I'm 5'11", but this guy towers, and he's big, he's thick, he's athletic. 6 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown last week. So out of Raiola's 238 yards, he got almost half of them, right? No, he got more than half of them. So clearly Isaiah Neyor's his number one target. He had 6 catches for 121 yards. 6 catches, guys. That's a lot in a college football game. So averaged 20.2 yards a catch. He did have the long 59-yarder. His line is set at 56 receiving yards. Clearly we can see he could go over this on one play, especially with the way CU's defense played last week. Do not be surprised if Isaiah Neyor catches a bomb and goes for 56 plus on one freaking play, covers that part of this prop slip for us. So a Bond can do it in one play, Neyor can do it in one play. Seriously, in the first quarter of each of these games, we could already have the receiver props covered. That's how low these lines are. I think it's stealing, guys. I think it's ridiculous how low these lines are for these 2 receivers, being the number 1 targets and being with the quarterbacks that they're with. That's your slip, guys. That's all 4 plays for you. We got Quinn Ewers, 241.5 passing yards, hit the over. Isaiah Bond, give me that pick, 52.5 receiving yards, take the over. Dylan Raiola, 237.5 passing yards, over on that one, and his number 1 guy, Isaiah Neyor, 56 receiving yards. Take the over on that one, guys. That's all I got for you on the slip here. Like I said, Dabble's doing a $25 free bet. Code SSWIN. That gets you that $25 free bet. If you put that on this play, it's a 10x slip. So what is that? $250 if we hit this slip. If you want to hedge this, hedging it on Dabble is like it's an insured slip. So like Prizepicks has their insured play. Sleeper has a flex play. CHALKBOARD has a shield play. It's all the same thing. It's basically just saying it's insured. You only have to hit 3 out of the 4 to win. You can hit 4 out of the 4 for a bigger payout. But if you hedge it, 4 picks wins you 5x. If you go straight up and you hit all 4 of them, 4 picks is going to get you 10x. So this could potentially be a $250 win for you guys if you use that free $25 bet on Dabble. That's all I got, guys. Real quick before that's all I got as far as the slip goes. Before I let you go, like I said earlier, I hate being sold shit, but I just want to show you guys the value in what I'm doing here. I want to show you guys my deal I got going. The deal for my NFL and college football VIP season pass, that's all used up. Like I said, there's a limited amount of spots for that code I was giving out. But for those of you that didn't get in on that, I want to let you get a little taste of the pie before you dive in if you don't want to dive into the entire season pass, okay? Game day pass, $100. That's going to get you basically every single football play that I put out for this week, from now through Sunday. I'm already putting picks out, like you see this free pick video right here. I'll be putting slips out in the VIPs and on this season pass, this game day pass, for the whole weekend. So there's going to be multiple college football slips, multiple NFL slips. Guys, you're going to see how we're winning. You're going to see how we profit week by week by week. And if you're looking at this number thinking 900 is a lot for the college football season, that's really nothing compared to how much we're going to win this season and how much I typically win during football seasons. I didn't actually give my picks out last year. I just started the social media stuff probably back in March. I figured why not share my insight with you guys. So that's why I didn't do it last year. But $900 really isn't an astronomical number in the world of sports betting. If you guys are serious sports bettors, you know this. You guys can back me up on that. So there are financing options. I'm not trying to sell you this right now. I'm just showing you guys that it's there. But this game day pass, guys, $100 gets you all my plays this weekend. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Hopefully we get you enough to just cover that that VIP season pass there. But $100 right now. First 25 people that see this YouTube video and get that game day pass and use code Raiola for Dylan Raiola because he's on this free slip right here. It's RAIOLA, code Raiola on this game day pass right here. It's 50% off. So $50 gets you every single play this weekend. We're going to cover that big time. Okay, so it depends on what your unit is, obviously. If you're betting $1, we're not likely going to cover that. If you're betting $1 on and trying to 5x $1, you're going to win $5 at a time. But if you're betting a decent sized unit, $100 is really nothing to cover, especially with that code Raiola getting you half off of this game day pass. That's $50 for all my picks this weekend. And like you see here at the end, all day pass members will get a discounted rate on NFL season pass. So if you get in on that day pass and you like it, I will be giving a discounted rate for this NFL season pass if you want to continue on with my picks. You have to be on the game day pass to get that discounted rate for the college football and NFL VIP season pass. That's all I got, guys. I just wanted to explain that to you real quick. If you like my style, guys, hit that subscribe button. Join in on the Sports Stage community. We're going to win big. And if you just want to chat and join in our group chat, Discord's down below. This is the Sports Stage. My name is Austin, like I said. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.